On today's video, we're going to be in the southern part of St. Petersburg, Florida, the African American part of the city. I recently did a video in Clearwater Beach, Florida, and I asked you guys, my subscribers that enjoy this type of video, to please interact. And that video got up to 30,000 views because your interactions. Now, sadly, on our YouTube channel, videos like body cam footage and homelessness and all these other kind of sad and depressing topics are the ones that get the most views. So when I do a video like today, where I show you guys the beautiful things about Florida, it's important that if you enjoy this type of video, you interact with the video, leaving comments. Now, these things are all over Florida. So these Carlton Arms are really sturdy, older buildings. I just talked to the guy at the front. He said there's 30 of these. St. Petersburg is a beautiful and tropical city. We're going to start our video on the southern tip of the city. St. Petersburg is tropical enough to grow tropical plants like royal palm trees. Whether you enjoy tropical fruits or tropical birds, this place feels like something in the Caribbean. This home right here is currently listed for about $700,000. And sadly, the next home for sale is just a few houses over. This one's going for $440,000. Not sure why the stark price difference. They seem to be about the same type of house. This one actually looks a little bit bigger. And then you go one block over and here's the next one for sale. Now this one's a for sale by owner, so I don't know what the listing price is. Some of these houses here are just absolutely gorgeous. As we drive through the southern tip of St. Petersburg, big pine trees, beautiful homes. Now today it's kind of very mixed. Predominantly directly on the water, it's going to be white because it's just that much more expensive. But there are some pretty nice African American neighborhoods on the south side of the city. I don't think I've seen this sign anywhere in the United States. But this is predominantly an African American area, and it is really safe and clean and beautiful. So you may have heard people say that all Martin Luther Kings are bad neighborhoods. Well, that's not exactly the case here in St. Petersburg, Florida. That is because this is actually a very nice, very safe, and beautiful neighborhood. What's up, buddy? What's good, man? Now, wow, slow down with the door down, buddy. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I'm a fan of large trees, and in South Florida, we're known for having some of the largest banyan trees everywhere, and these here are spectacular. Take a look at the size of these banyan trees. That is absolutely incredible, and I think it is a private residence, so it's like a tropical jungle paradise in front of these people's houses. If you like beautiful tropical settings, St. Petersburg definitely has a lot to explore. Now, the southern part of St. Petersburg suffered quite a bit with the last hurricanes we had, but the areas that were flooded were the areas directly adjacent to the coast, and well, that's a big money area. So I feel like for the most part, St. Petersburg, despite the fact it did have storm surge flooding, there wasn't that much destruction that lasted very long because it's just really expensive, really wealthy areas, which means that today, about a year later, it's hard to tell that this area had a lot of hurricane destruction. And that's one thing you'll definitely love about St. Petersburg. This city really feels like it's a there you go again. No, whoa, slow down, man. I tell you what, you go ahead, man. Don't run me over. I ain't got no health insurance. You run me over, I'm in trouble. All right, honey. I don't want to get ran over by these rich people out here. Or do I? I tell you what, these people drive crazy out here. All right, guys, so we discovered this beautiful little park here on the southern tip of the city. You'll have access to restrooms, you have a boat ramp, and you have plenty of benches and places to hang out. You can see the Skyway Bridge from here. But I can't emphasize enough on today's video, if you like me on Southern Life to create this type of video, I need you to support it because they just don't get that many views. I would much rather be out here doing this type of video, enjoying cities and parks, than I would doing the other type of video. The problem is they just get more views. And again, I'm not crying for attention. I can go make other types of videos that get more views. But it's you, the audience. If you enjoy this type of natural and beautiful video, support the channel because for some reason or another, it's the bad videos that always get the most interaction. All right, so we have this beautiful boat dock here at this park. And it is extreme low tide. It's exposing a lot of the sea floor that we don't usually get to see. Now, as of this year, St. Petersburg, Florida is now one of the safest large cities in the United States. And when I say safest, I'm referring to homicide rates. It's the only analytic that really matters. All other categories of crime are kind of insignificant. What's legal in one city may not be in the next, and one police department may be proactive while the other one isn't. In some cities, police departments don't even take police reports, which means that crime is underreported. But there's one set of analytics that's the hardest to prove or disprove, and that is homicide rates. And that's why when I talk about general safety in cities in the United States, the only analytics that I look at are overdose rates and homicide rates. Now, when it comes to overdose rates, things are not looking good here in Pinellas County. Pinellas County has one of the highest overdose death rates in Florida at a rate usually over 50 per 100,000. So unfortunately, there are a lot of substances moving around in this city. Now, I live less than 35 minutes from St. Pete, and I find myself here all the time. I Uber drive, and I have to admit that there is definitely a consumption problem in this city, and it's pretty obvious. Sometimes when I have my Uber passengers, they're on the phone talking to somebody else, and well, you know what the conversation is about. The good thing is that despite the fact the city has a massive consumption problem, when you look at the analytics of crime and safety, homicide rates, it has a fairly low homicide rate. Now, large cities in the United States, that's kind of the problem because large cities usually tend to have fairly bad homicide rates. Now, the state of Florida, when you look at the large cities here, it's kind of the exception. Most large cities in Florida have fairly decent homicide rates. And right now, St. Petersburg is among the safest. The only other large city in Florida that has a lower homicide rate is the Miami suburb of Hialeah. So Hialeah is attached to Miami, just like St. Petersburg is attached to Tampa. So for the most part, large cities in Florida tend to be fairly safe places compared to all the large cities. To give you an example, the homicide rate here in St. Petersburg is about 7 per 100,000. If you go to a city like Louisville, Kentucky, or Cincinnati, Ohio, that number would be at least 3 to 4 times higher. And that's a good thing for St. Petersburg. It means that it's a large city, but it's as safe as any small rural community. Does that mean it's perfect? It isn't. It's not a perfect place, but for the most part, it's good enough to where you're living in a really safe community, and that is hard to find today in the United States. And these type of communities exist all over the country. I remember when I lived in Alabama, there was this suburb called Deatsville on the north side of the city that was predominantly African American, and it was nice and safe. It was actually better than the white part, to be fair. So, you know, this whole notion that African American communities are all bad isn't exactly true. And St. Petersburg is probably a good example of a city that doesn't really fit that narrative much. Sadly, one of the saddest comments that I see almost on a weekly basis on my YouTube channel, somebody saying something along the lines of, find me a black area that isn't a complete blah, blah, blah. Well, here's one right here, and it isn't the only one. Like, there are a lot of nice black areas in the United States. It's just people buy in the narratives, and a lot of times people just don't know, they don't travel enough. Now, St. Petersburg really is an incredible city surrounded by water. Of course, I am familiar enough with the city now, living right next to it for 3 years now, that I can find some pretty negative things to say about the city. And well, why would I hold back from saying it? When I Uber drive here in St. Pete, these people are stingy, bro. Like, you can't get a tip out of these people for nothing. And it's aggravating how many times I come to St. Petersburg and nobody tips. And if somebody does tip, it's a tourist. It's never a local. What happening, baby? We live on YouTube right now, man. What happening? What happening, baby?
Jenna?
What happening, baby?
Oh, well, this call will be monitored or recorded. This is Jenny Godfill calling from NCN. You're Dana Brown, born on January 16th.
I speak English because I'm in America. I don't speak that Hindu crap or that Spanish. You got to speak to me in English. Because I can't understand.
Well, I am speaking in English.
I can't understand a dang thing you're saying. We're out here trying to make a YouTube video, and you're interrupting me from. What do you want?
Slowly. Well, simply, I'm just asking for Dana Brown. Do you know anyone by the name of Dana Brown?
Why the crap would Hannah Brown be on my phone? Why are you calling me? That's not even a real person.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry for that. I'll surely leave this number. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Don't call me and speak English next time you call me because I'm in America.
I'll make sure about it.
All right. You know, if you're going to talk to me in America, you're going to speak to me in English. Don't be calling me talking that Pandu crap. I don't speak Pandu, don't speak Spanish. And I don't care what part of Mexico you're from. If you're in America, you don't speak toe-to-toe down there. Toe-to-toe. You don't talk to me, speak perfect English to me. I'm in America.
I know what nobody's saying. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't understand what nobody's saying.
I don't understand that salmon, man. What are you saying right there? I can't understand what you're saying.
I can't stand a dang thing they're saying. Pick English.
Yeah, you're gonna come into my county illegally. You got at least pay English. These folks come over here illegally and they ain't got no proper grammar. That's what's wrong with them.
There's no proper grammar.
They don't use proper grammar right there. How you gonna have a decent conversation with somebody that don't even speak English?
No English, no grammar.
They ain't got no grammar. It's just a wrong thing to do. I wouldn't go to China and try to speak Japanese over there while you come over here and try to talk Cantonese. I tell you what, they got no hegementation down there. What if they need to talk to an ambulance or something like that? Who they gonna call the police and don't speak English? I tell you what, they're just a bunch of scammers trying to take away my hard-earned money to send it back home to Pakistan so they can feed their cellar sales down there. I tell you what, if you weren't born here, you don't belong here. If you don't born here, you don't belong here. All right, guys, so now we are heading closer to downtown. This is still the southern side of the city, but a little bit closer to downtown. It gets a little rougher as you get away from the water. That is the tallest residential building on the west coast of Florida. Now, it is 4:20 on a Friday, but it looks kind of sad and empty here. Now, St. Petersburg has one of the largest downtowns in Florida. Yes, believe it or not, despite St. Pete not being that big of a city compared to like Miami or to Tampa, it actually has a really decent sized downtown. And we're going to go explore that downtown. I mean, here I go again blaming the hipsters for bad food, but I really do feel like hipsters are at the cause of the problem here. Oh, you thought that burger place was cool? That diner we ate at on the north side of the city? It was medium. It wasn't like incredible. It was like whatever. St. Petersburg also has a beltway, kind of, in a way. It's got 275 that wraps around the metro area. Very few, I don't think any city in Florida has that other than St. Pete and Jacksonville. So when it comes to infrastructure, I guess things here are a little bit better than other Florida cities. But with all these great things, of course, you get the downside of the cost of St. Petersburg. It is definitely a more expensive city, and renting here or buying has become ridiculous. I mean, in theory, you would expect St. Petersburg to have pretty good food. I mean, Tampa has its food scene, Miami has its food scene, Orlando has it now with the Puerto Ricans and all that. But Fort Lauderdale, incredible food city. Can't say the same about St. Petersburg.
We end up eating at a chicken place. It's not very good.
Yeah, I mean, when we come here, we eat at chicken places. So you make a good point there. I was Uber driving here a while back, and I had this Haitian girl I had to drop off, and I made the wrong turn. It took me 18 minutes to get back around. Yeah, because there's like a part of like downtown where there's one ways, and if you miss it, it's over. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Downtown St. Pete definitely doesn't have. There's definitely some imperfections to their downtown. I almost ran this girl over. I wasn't paying attention to the road. She's on her phone with headphones, and look at all these hipsters out here. Girl, them pants are see-through. You might as well not be wearing nothing. My goodness.
That dog did something.
That thong? The thong did something what?
Dog.
Oh, the dog. I think you said her thong did something. I was like, I didn't see that part. I thought I was the only one looking over there. Oh, you said her thong did something. I was like,
Dog.
you saw that too?
The dog.
Oh, the dog. Yes, the dog. Oh, cute little dog. Cute little dog over there. Well, she's out there in a thong with see-through pants. Ow! Don't be mad at me. Why are you mad at me? Be mad at her. I was looking at the dog.
You weren't looking at the dog.
I was. I wasn't looking at the...
So what was the dog doing?
It was jumping.
That wasn't what I was referring to.
Oh, there was another dog. Didn't you see the dog jumping? Oh, you should have seen the other dog. There was a dog jumping over there. You didn't see the dog that was jumping? Oh, you got to pay better attention, honey. Is that... what's that cowboy guy? What's the cowboy guy?
That's not him.
Oh my gosh, what's his name? The bounty hunter.
That's not him.
It's the bounty hunter. Can I get your signature down there?
Please stop.
It's the bounty hunter. Look, stop. It is. Look, it's the bounty hunter. It's that bounty hunter guy. It is. Look, the bounty hunter actually lives in Lakewood Ranch. He does, by the way. That's not him.
That's an elderly person.
That's not the bounty hunter.
No.
That looks just like him.
It does not.
An old decrepit guy wearing clothes from our dang old Australian outfit.
No.
You sure that's not the bounty hunter guy?
Are you talking about Crocodile Dundee?
No. What's happening, player? That girl's tougher than the guy. Like, if they get into a fight, she's winning.
Yeah.
There's some definite interesting people watching here. There's some interesting characters in the city. I'm just looking around like, wow, everybody's... That's the one thing about St. Petersburg. There's definitely some interesting people watching. ¿De noche? Ah, pues a trabajar. Ya es hora de salida, vale. I'll tell you what, you need to get back to work down there. This lady walking with them. Is that one of them Chinese fighting dogs, ma'am? Ma'am, you gotta put a muscle on that thing. Don't be embarrassed. These people are. Look at how weird all these people are. Like, they're weird. Like, it's okay for us to be ourselves here.
True.
Look at how weird these people are. Like, this guy looks like Al Yankovic down there. Looks like a Palestinian Al Yankovic down there. What are you worried about me looking weird here? This guy looks like he's waiting for a dang Uber to go get his nails done or something down there. When are you gonna take yourself to a job? That's what I would ask right there.
I'm at my job.
What is your job? Sitting there breathing all out on my phone?
Yeah.
I love how now you have like women that work construction. If you got a bunch of women working construction, that should give you an idea of the quality of men that exist in this town. This town's men are like, I gotta get my nails done. And then the women gotta go work construction down there. There's like homeless people sleeping on the grass right there.
I'm done drug removal jobs with you.
There's like homeless people sleeping in the park right there. Like, this place is bizarre. St. Petersburg, you can see wildlife down there, I tell you what. Get with the city! Definitely Cuban. Last in Cubatón at 4 in the afternoon in traffic. So, if you live in St. Petersburg, yeah, put in GPS, Raising Cane's. So, one of the worst things about St. Petersburg is the lack of good food. If you live here and you're watching today's video, give me an idea. I like authentic food. Could be Latin, could be Mediterranean, something authentic, something good. Please give me some good recommendations, because that is the one thing that we have not found in this city. We've tried. So yes, as of now, my biggest complaint for St. Petersburg is the lack of authentic food. Everything's hipster. And it really does get aggravating trying to find food here. I mean, not for nothing, but just driving through downtown, like, some of the people you see are cringe. Like, their way they dress and go about themselves. Like, there's definitely a sack of weirdos in this town. I'm not really a fan of this town. Like, I feel like, and I get it a lot while Uber driving, where, like, I'll get these people that are like, they get into the Uber, I'm like, hello, how are you? And they're like on their headphones. I'm like, okay, you're going to get right the crap out. Like, we're not doing this. Like, without getting canceled, I wish I could just, dang it, let me breathe. Without getting canceled, I really wish I could just break down the sack of weirdos you see in this town. Well, let's see if it reroutes us. Yeah, all right, cool, that's not bad. But anyways, like, sack of weirdos in this town. Like, I kid you not. Like, I'm driving through here, and I'm just looking at some of these personalities. I'm just like, bro, que eso? What are you laughing at? You probably thought that was cool. Hey, sir, take that back to the airport. Anyways, I'm just not really a fan of the culture here. It's like hipster meets homeless meets emu meets mental health patient. This is the type of place where a Subaru dealership would sell more than a truck lot. You know what I mean? That boy ain't right. Can you breathe, women? They've been eating drywall paste. That shirt's just a little too colorful. I'm not some backwards racist bigot or nothing like that, but we accept EBT. That just describes this city right here. St. Pete's the type of place where I do wear a beanie hat with a freaking cashmere turtleneck looking type of dude. You get what I'm saying? Well, woman, give me some inhaler down there. I tell you what. Let's get some fried chicken, man.
You know it's love when you share an inhaler.
Let's go eat some fried chicken together, baby. Yeah, these city folks are eating leaves and stuff like that, and cauliflowers. Get yourself a real meal, some fried chicken with some sweet tea and some chitlins down there. Eat yourself some real good southern food. We'll get ourselves some real good. We got to go all the way to Pinellas Park to get something decent to eat around here. Look at 275 north right there. La madre que los parió. I tell you what, that boy ain't right. I wish folks just, some people are in a rush to get nowhere, and some people just take it slow. I want to try some Haitian or Jamaican food and switch it up.
No.
Bro, all you ever want to eat is fried chicken. That's like It's like, and I always prefer, let's get some Jamaican or Haitian or something. Let's switch it up.
No.
Come on, man. I've heard there's like a Jamaican place here called Spicy Hut or something. I don't know. You always just want to eat the same thing, bro. Like, let's try something different. Alright, guys. So I found a place to eat in a neighborhood called Child's Park. So, dang it, women. So I found a place to eat in a neighborhood called Child's Park. And we're going to... How many homeless people I got out here? Dang. So something we've always done on our YouTube channel is try new restaurants. Now, Katie, as a backwards, bigoted American, just wants to eat potatoes and mac and cheese all the time. And refuses to try new things. So we kind of have a marital dispute going on today because she wants to go to eat potatoes. And I'm like, we've been having potatoes every day of the week. We got to try something different for the YouTube channel. So I don't give a crap. She's sitting over there giving me a long face, acting like she doesn't like me. But I don't give a crap. We're going to go eat at this new place. It's like a soul food restaurant, like a southern barbecue place. It's highly rated. And part of our YouTube channel is trying food in different cities and stuff like that. And when it comes to St. Petersburg, we haven't really found anything great. There's just too much hipster crap here is the problem. So I found this place that I think looks authentic. It's in a really rough neighborhood, and we're heading there right now. And she's over there breathing like a hog, mad that we're going, don't burp at me, boy. So she's over there in a corner giving me a long face because we're not going to where she wants. But regardless, I don't care how she feels about this. We haven't done anything different for our YouTube channel in a while when it comes to food. And we have to kind of give you guys about our videos. So part of the issue here is that Katie has just been kind of retracting back into her comfort zone with stuff. And, well, part of our YouTube channel is exploring things. So north to south traffic is pretty crappy in St. Pete. Look how much garbage people have thrown by this bus stop here. That's crazy. Usually bus stops are going to have garbage cans, but I guess they don't have it here. But alright guys, so we're kind of in this part of St. Pete right now, and we're going to get something to eat here. Alright guys, so we're going to try this Fatty's place right here, Soul Food. So check out Katie's chicken with mac and cheese and potato salad. And then we got that orange sauce. You know how we're doing in Florida, mustard-based sauce. You already know how we do this in Florida, man. Look at that right there, guys. Now, I don't know how I'm going to eat this without making a mess, so I'm going to let y'all go. But y'all can see the beans, potato salad. You already know. Okay, so was it that hard trying something different?
It was okay. I have to be careful right now. But yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Alright, so here on the edge of St. Petersburg is this tiny community called Gulfport. We should probably do a video here in the future, but as of today, we gotta get back. Let's go. So everything on the right is Gulfport, and everything on the left is St. Pete, roughly. This is kind of like a little community on the outskirts of St. Pete.
We're in Child's Park, right?
Yeah, where we ate. Yeah, it's called Child's Park where we ate. Neighborhood has a rough reputation, but it seemed pretty nice to me. I had
seems nice.
Food. Yeah, good food. The food was good.
You got white people jogging and doing tadpole,
well, the thing is, like,
it's alright.
How many people are hanging out at that little spot right there? That's like a little food truck right there. Little spot's deep over here, though. But it is Friday night, and these are some pretty rough neighborhoods, so... Oh, what was that?
What was that? It sounded metallic.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Kind of a little bit rougher over here. Yeah, the last thing we want is people to know we're recording them on the streets. That's definitely one way to get. Oh snap! It's old school. Whatever the crap that thing is. For the average person, I wouldn't recommend getting this phone. Me as a YouTube creator, there's a few specific things that this phone does that I need. But for day-to-day use, if you have the iPhone 16, is that what we had before, Katie? 16?
15.
15? From the 15, what is this, the 17?
Yeah.
For the average person, I would say don't do it. Like, dead serious, the differences are minimal. I am a YouTuber. I have different needs, and the phone has a few things that I need. The audio quality is not that good inside the car, which is a huge problem because I do not, like right now, I don't have the microphone set up. I had it earlier in the day. Earlier in the day, I had the microphone hooked up. Now I don't have it on, and you can probably tell that the audio quality isn't that good. And frankly, having to set up the microphones every time we're gonna use it is vastly impractical. Like there, we're eating outside of this restaurant. I'm gonna record my videos, you know, on my hand. I'm not gonna have a microphone stand and a bunch of wires hanging out and a freaking transmitter outside of a sofa place. So if you're on the fence about getting the new iPhone, if you are a YouTube creator like me where every detail matters, I guess, yeah. But if you're just an average person with an iPhone 15, wondering if you should get the 17, don't. There's actually a few things about this phone that is very aggravating. A lot of people, oh crap, a lot of people said that the most aggravating thing about this phone is the weight and the size. I can't even tell the difference. If I grab both phones, I can't tell.
In 500 feet, turn right on.
Sorry about Katie's breathing. She's got some health problems. We're trying to get her the best treatment we can. So there is a lot more traffic now as people are commuting back home. Obviously, this time of day traffic is aggravating, and actually I need to be in the other lane, and people are gonna think that I'm just being a jerk by being in this lane, but I actually merged in. So let's see what happens, because I'm actually supposed to be in the other lane. Now people are gonna think I'm being a jerk by being in this lane, but I didn't know that because I don't live here. So rents in this city have become really, oh here we go, here's the opening. Let's go for it. Oh, there's a motorcycle, dang it. Oh, we're gonna be able to get across. I don't know, people are gonna think we're just being jerks and cutting people off, so which we're not. But this person's not gonna let me go. They're gonna be really annoying. I don't live here, so I didn't know I had to be in the middle lane. Had I known, I'd have not been. Anyways, but we're gonna be in the other lane or straight. This city sucks for driving this time of day. It really does. North to south traffic is, yeah, buddy. Oh, what happened? Apple green looking like a lemon lean. Oh man, the apple green Chevrolet looking like a lemonade. You hear me? Green Chevrolet, same color as an apple, sitting so high like the crown on a chapel. I wouldn't doubt that 90% of this traffic jam is just because everybody's got to stop at a toll plaza, but the state of Florida's got to get paid. You know what I mean? All those high-rise apartments that they're building over here are going to be $800 to $900 more a month than something in Parrish or Lakewood Ranch or Manatee County. So what happens now is that a lot of people that work in St. Pete, like we did today, there goes that bomber thing again. Like, what are they? Who's getting bombed out there? So of course, you know, with there being more affordable options in Parrish, Ruskin, even Palmetto, Ellington, a lot of people are going to live over there but work in St. Pete. So now 6 o'clock at night, everybody's got to drive back home. So, and there's actually a lot of people coming back into St. Pete as well. So like from Lakewood Ranch to where I am right now is only 31 minutes. From Lakewood Ranch to downtown Bradenton's probably 26 minutes, and 31 minutes to Sarasota. So basically, like if you live in Lakewood Ranch, you're probably the same distance to St. Pete's downtown as you are Sarasota's downtown, but probably 95% of people are going to go party in Sarasota and not over here. And it's weird because we're only like 30 minutes from St. Petersburg, but we're rarely over here. So we're like the same 30 minutes from downtown Sarasota as we are from downtown St. Pete. Maybe like 5 or 6 minutes more. But I guess crossing this bridge, paying this toll, and being on the fact that if there is a problem on the bridge, it's not a 30-minute drive. It turns into a 2-hour drive around Tampa Bay. So in the rare occasion that something were to happen on this bridge, you are going to have to drive around Tampa Bay. And who on earth wants to do that? I certainly wouldn't. What is it, $1.75? $1.75, man. All right, man. So we're here, about to pay this toll. Let me get some empanadas. All right, man. Let me get some empanadas and a Cuban coffee too. While we're at it, man. I'm out here, man. She's got that chlamydia or something, man. All right, bro. Have a good day. What's that look about? But right now we're driving at about 60 miles an hour, and I've noticed that at this speed, this iPhone, the volume it's horrendous. Like, you're hearing more of the road noise than you are of us inside the car. So if I speed up to like 65 miles an hour, and then the road noise is really like a big problem. So it isn't that there's not much road noise inside of this car, it's just that this microphone just sucks. There's no other way around it. So anyways, I just feel like the old iPhone had better recording audio quality under these types of conditions that we're recording in all the time. As a general thing, I think it records better audio in better conditions, but inside a vehicle, it doesn't. So I guess it's if you're watching video games and stuff, but if you're recording and doing stuff, then it drains the battery quickly. So like I said, if you're thinking about getting the new iPhone, I got it because I need it. But dude, when you think about the price tag, so going back to the iPhone 15 we have before, one of the biggest problems that phone has is that it overheats, and supposedly this phone doesn't do that. And that was a huge problem for us recording videos. So this phone allegedly doesn't have as much of a problem with that. It's not a dramatical improvement, it's like a noticeable improvement. So all that to say, yes, we are working with newer equipment. I'm trying to refine the quality of video making, but refining the quality of video making just means that I'm catering to the audience that I already have. A shot on a freaking iPhone 1, and it would probably get 1 million views if it's good content, because, you know, you gotta have the content value. You know, if there's no content value, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on equipment. So that's one thing people don't get about YouTubers. They think, well, you gotta have the greatest equipment. I'm like, bro, so there's a YouTube channel. He's got 7 million subscribers. His channel's called Ulai. He's a Mexican YouTuber. Absolutely love his YouTube channel. I thought he might have had 1 or 2 people helping him. You know how many people he has working for him?
7.
7 editors. He just did a video explaining his operation on YouTube. The guy's got 7 editors for his YouTube channel. I do everything myself. Now, I've considered, like, where I'm at the point where I could actually almost hire somebody full-time to help me. But then what would I have them do? Like, they would never know the way I want things done. We are sitting in a really expensive pickup truck. We are living in a nice suburban area. So at some point or another, I'm at the point with YouTube where I'm buying clothes, I'm living good, I'm driving new cars, I'm living in good areas, I'm eating out a lot, and I'm wasting a lot of the money that is supposed to be to reinvest back into the channel. But what I figured out is that for me personally, sometimes you can invest money. It's not so much about how much you invest, but how well you manage what you invest. So what would be the purpose of me investing all this money back into YouTube if I'm not able to manage it, okay? And that's where I figured out I'm a one-man operation. I probably want to stay a one-man operation. So it doesn't make sense for me to, you know, invest a whole lot of money into YouTube because I won't be able to manage it. So, like, what would be the point of me getting more equipment? Now, I've had to recently for myself, and I'm not going to talk about what my how much I've invested recently in YouTube. I think that's kind of a private thing, how much I've invested, what equipment I bought. I think that's all private. I mean, I'm not going to break down all that, but we're definitely talking in the ballpark of $5,000 to $20,000. And why would I need more than that? Like, if I right now got up to $40,000 worth of equipment, what would be the point of it? I couldn't make better videos on the daily. It wouldn't really contribute to anything, because at the end of the day, like, your content is what takes you where you're going next. So could I hire somebody to work for me? Probably, but what would be the point? You know, there are YouTubers that have 1 million subscribers and do it themselves. Do I need another person to help me? I could start paying somebody to help me, but it doesn't really match what I do. I'm focusing more just on giving my audience what they want. The hardest part of investing as a business is being able to manage it. So you can't just throw money at something if you're not able to manage it.